After the conclusion of the Moral arc, peace has since been restored throughout Universe 7 once again, and in these calm times, Goku has since taken the opportunity to revisit an old friend. Now that Goku has mastered Ultra Instinct, his power has since surpassed any instance of what it ever was before, propelling him into godhood now. With Moro no more and Goku still hungry for a challenge, he's taken this time to begin the training of their most recent friend Broly on planet Vampa. Goku's interest in Broly, despite how long this current arc is, never ceased for a second, as not only was he a Saiyan, but he also possesses power that he and Vegeta had never seen before. In the time since they last battled, Broly's power has increased dramatically as well, as Goku is shocked by how careful he has to be during their training or things could get ugly. In the midst of their latest training session, Goku and Broly have raised the intensity of their sparring to frightening levels, but right as they're about to create a shockwave that would flatten half of the planet, Whis arrives and interrupts their battle with ease. Whis has been observing Broly as well, and since training with Goku, he agrees that his strength has grown immensely as well, with Broly garnishing praise from the angel. Goku, on the other hand, seems to think that for Broly to truly test how far he's come, he needs to fight someone other than himself all the time, and this is when he gets a bright idea. Instead of Broly constantly sparring with Goku, Goku decides that to better test his limits, he should fight one of the other immensely strong warriors in the multiverse, and obviously, we know no one better than the mortal stronger than the god of destruction, Jiren. While it is sort of a pain to get Broly to agree to the fight with Chile there, with a little help from Whis he's able to get a yes. Jiren, on the other hand, was equally as tough to convince, as Goku arrived in Universe 11 to find him meditating on a planet alone. But Jiren's pride and integrity can't help but acknowledge the gratitude he has for Universe 7 because they wouldn't even be there without their wish. This eventually causes Jiren to agree as well, and now, in this new original fan manga by Monty Jarman called Dragonball Super Broly vs Jiren, the dream match of the entire series just about is about to take place. 3 days have now passed since the declaration of the new Shin Budokai from Goku between Broly and Jiren, and now both contestants have arrived at the stadium. If you guys are as pumped as I am for this once in a lifetime dream battle, be sure to have those notifications turned on because you absolutely do not want to miss the continuation of this one. If you've been enjoying all of the anime content recently, consider leaving a like on this video as well. It really helps out a lot and is the easiest way to support the channel. If any of you guys are interested in checking out this original fan manga for yourselves, the link to Monty's Twitter as well as the Facebook link will be down below in the description box, so be sure to go check them out. Don't forget to follow on both Twitch and Twitter to stay up with me and all anime related content, guys. But without further ado, in a similar setting to the Universe 6 vs 7 tournament, lay the arena for the next multiversal Shin Budokai, with the main event being Broly and Jiren. All of the spectators have arrived as we see the Universe 7 crowd of Chile, Beerus, Whis, and Goku, followed by Universe 11 with Velmod and Margarita. In the arena stands the two combatants, Broly toe-to-toe with Jiren the Grey, glaring at each other pretty menacingly. Sorry to keep you all waiting, the Grand Priest says, appearing in the sky above them. You two seem to be the only participants in attendance. The Lord of Everything is about to appear, so please show them your utmost respect. The two Lord Zenos then arrive with their guards, greeting everyone gathered there today, as Chile is more overtaken with how cute they are than their standing and power, causing Beerus to bark at her in fear of her upsetting them. The tournament will begin momentarily, the Grand Priest announces. I will now present both fighters on stage. The pride of Universe 11, Jiren the Grey, up against one of the sole survivors of the Saiyan race, Planet Vampa's Broly. I'll explain the rules once more, the Grand Priest goes on. There will be approximately 125 tags to decide the winner. Hopefully that's enough, but it may be wavered if Zeno-sama calls for it. 125 tags? Goku curiously says, to which Whis answers, converts to about 1 hour Earth time. This tournament, however, the Grand Priest announces, will now turn into a death match. The winner will be granted a wish from the Super Dragon Balls. This is when the expression changes though. However, he goes on, the loser will cease to exist immediately. So much so that the Super Dragon Balls will have no effect on the outcome. This stands as a shock to both Broly and Jiren, who thought they were just agreeing to an exhibition match, but now that Zeno is here, there's no turning back. Well then, "Are you ready?" the Grand Priest asked. All around the stadium, Velmod, Chile, and the others are all rooting for their fighter. However, even given the stakes, Goku just seems more excited than anything, as the Grand Priest then begins the battle. Jiren beckons for Broly to come give it his best shot, to which Broly obliges, immediately going into his wrath state and charging at Jiren. His first attack looks to hit Jiren head on, who doesn't even budge at first, and as Broly's punch nears, he dodges it with swift ease. The two go back and forth, with Broly giving it everything he has. However, Jiren is reading him like a book and countering all of his attacks. As they come to a stalemate again, Jiren seems disappointed as he asks Broly, "Is this the best you're capable of?" Broly immediately opens his mouth to reveal an energy wave being prepared, to the shock of Jiren, who didn't expect such an attack. As the blast obliterates a portion of the stadium, it beams into space before exploding, with everyone looking on in amazement at the level these two are fighting at. Jiren has taken the blast head on though, and it looks like it was relatively ineffective, as Goku can't believe that he doesn't even have a scratch on it. Saiyan Warrior, "Is that the best you've got?" Jiren asks, as Broly charges at him again. "If so, then you leave me no choice." As Broly throws his next punch, Jiren ducks under it, but this time, instead of evading, he counterattacks at a speed Broly is unable to react to. With this double strike fist attack, Jiren has done devastating damage to Broly without so much as a mark on him, as Chile's eyes grow wide in shock at what they see next. With enough force, Jiren's strike penetrates deep into Broly's torso, and the result is this. This attack aims to damage the internal organs, leaving the surface untouched. Broly nearly blacks out from pain as he's brought to the ground by a single strike from Jiren. As he reverts to his base form, Broly collapses at Jiren's feet, to the shock of everyone in the crowd, assuming the worst now. "Stand up right now, Broly," Chile yells from the stands. "Would you really show yourself like this in front of your wife?" Broly struggles to regain himself, however the damage has already been done. "Let's not beat around the bush here," Jiren says, standing over him, preparing one final attack. "It's time that I end this." If I really die here, Broly thinks to himself in these final moments, who will protect planet Vampa? Who will look after? But Jiren has his set sights on finishing this battle as he releases his final attack. All of a sudden, Broly erupts in rage as his power explodes across the battlefield, remembering just what and who he's fighting for now. Jiren is taken aback by this drastic change all of a sudden, as Broly's power erupts into the sky, getting bigger by the second. As Jiren backs off to watch what's going on with Broly, his expression becomes increasingly intense after seeing his transformation. Broly has undergone that exact same dreadful Super Saiyan form that he used against Gogeta. Jiren is shocked at this extreme transformation and frighteningly steep power increase, as Goku recognizes that this is no longer a sparring match. Things have taken a turn for the worse because Broly still hasn't mastered that form. What could have triggered this, Goku thinks to himself. "Well, what do you think, my lord?" Whis asks, as Beerus has never seen Broly like this before. Beerus' jaw drops as he exclaims, This Saiyan's power. Could it be that he's stronger than all of the gods of destructions?" Beerus stutters. With this reaction, it almost seems as if this was sort of what Beerus was hoping for when he first started searching for the Super Saiyan God, but that is another story. Jiren looks to be at a loss now as to how to approach this battle, but Velmod roars at him to quit daydreaming and hurry up and get serious. Jiren begins to power up as well, as he tells Broly, "Since you've shown me your true power, things are finally becoming interesting." After powering up, he charges at Broly, now on the offensive, but Broly just stands there. As Jiren puts everything he has into this next punch, he hits Broly square in the face, but it does nothing. Jiren is stunned, but before he can react, Broly lunges, grabbing Jiren by the face and then slams him into the ground with brutal power, shattering a portion of the stadium along the way. Jiren struggles to break his grip, but this is when Broly releases him and leaps into the sky, then in one monstrous dive, soars into the stadium and Jiren with a crushing punch that destroys half the stadium and stuns Jiren to his core. Due to Broly's transformation into his sort of rage Super Saiyan, I guess, he was able to regenerate all of the damage from Jiren's last attack, healing him completely along with this massive power up. As Jiren is sent soaring across the arena, Goku's jaw drops at just how truly powerful Broly actually is when pushed to his limits. Unreal, he says. Could Broly's power really be that far beyond Jiren's? This is when Velmont gets to his feet and begins screaming at Jiren, reminding him what losing this battle here will mean. Everything that you stand for will die here along with you, he shouts angrily. Do you really want that? All that I stand for, Jiren says, struggling to get back to his feet. As long as I have Universe 11 by my side in spirit, I couldn't possibly lose to anyone, he roars, as Jiren's power explodes as well. Broly is the one taken aback this time, as Jiren's transformation has completely changed him as well. Both fighters glare at each other as their full powers are at their maximum now. Broly's rage continues as he roars and then charges at Jiren, with Jiren doing the same, and as the two clash fists for the first time at their full power, the chapter ends with a crack in reality beginning to surface from just a single collision.